What happens when character creation is a bit too on the nose? Let me describe the situation. So I normally play Dungeon Crawl Classics when I run a game at a game store. One day, I picked up an adventure module about fighting what is basically Jason Voorhees in a tomb. I decided to convert the module to my current game of choice that my weekly game at home uses, which is Neoclassical Geek Revival, because I always mess up when I have two games in my head at once. I note this on the flyer that it will be this system and I'll provide the books. About 4 people are willing to try a new system: a married couple, a young kid, and the problem. The character generation has either build or randomly generate a character. Married couple go with random generation to learn. The kid is flipping through the book to build a barbarian because he read the PDF before the game. So far, all is well. The problem also wants to build a character but had never heard of the system and wanted to build his Uber character and learn it on the fly. Fine, a red flag since it's a one-shot, but a minor one. You get 3 pie pieces to build your class. You could be 1 part wizard, 2 part warrior, for instance, and your powers match. The problem is looking through all the abilities and wants to be 4 part warrior as the world's best swordsman. This isn't normally possible until you hit 10th level and get another piece of the pie. He complains, and God bless him, the young kid points out that it is possible. See, in the rules, there is a little section in the character creation that basically says you can't have a character start with 4 pie pieces in one class, with the exception of if somebody is being a big whiner about it, in which case the GM and the other players can all roll their eyes and loudly sigh, "Fine," just to get on with it. The young kid reads this out loud and the problem started to look mad. A light went off in my head. I said, "Fine," with an exaggerated sigh, and then looked to the married couple who went along with it. So did the young kid. We all had a laugh, which really seemed to annoy the problem. The young kid, being a barbarian, got some random combat tricks, like warrior spells. So we look for what table is most appropriate, and roll on barbarian. Easy enough. The problem, being a super warrior, also got some random combat tricks. He, of course, wanted to be an Eastern sword master who returned to the West, who was unbeatable with a katana. There just so happened to be a table, literally called Edgelord, that was full of anime tropes and katana-related powers. The fact that it was called Edgelord made him visibly angry when he was told, and he pretty much rage quit. The funny thing was his rolls for random tricks gave him the stuff that he actually wanted. He just didn't like that the game's rules told him that his character was a whiny edgelord explicitly. The game itself was fine. It could have been better, so I need to work on my GMing a bit. But the problem's reaction to character generation is something I won't soon forget. I like the fact that the problem was beaten by the rules, which is typically what most edgelords try to break. It's amazing that a set of rules could predict a type of person so well, and I wish more games had rules like these. I can only imagine the possibilities. What do you all think about this situation?